All right, so check it out, yo. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. All right, so the workout we're doing today is for this. Okay, it's called Mindfulness Meditation. I talk about it a lot. Some of y'all ask me how to do it, so I'm gonna guide Melissa through it. Now, it's not guided meditation because guided meditation is somebody talking the whole time and you're listening to them and paying attention to them. But for me, the whole purpose of it is to clear my mind completely. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just give her the beginning initial ways of how to start, and then I'm gonna shut the fuck up. And I want y'all to try it too, okay? She's dealing with shit like we all deal with shit. The best advice I can give is to meditate. Meditate and get yourself to a calm space so you can access the information that's best for you within you from a really calm place, not a place of emotion, not a place of, because emotion is good, but we gotta manage that shit. You know what I'm saying? We always have to use our intellect over all of that. So, and by meditating, it makes it easier to do that. You get to suppress all of those feelings and think clear. And that's what meditation is about. So that's what we're gonna do today, okay? So there's gonna be some dead space, but I want y'all to be meditating, all right? So let's get into this. All right, so today this is a little bit different. We're starting this different. This is actually people in Alpha Squad. They start every workout this way with a mental warm-up. And it's just some mindfulness meditation. Now, there's different types of ways to meditate. A lot of people have their different methods, but the way I like to meditate is called mindfulness meditation. And what you're doing is you're not thinking about anything. You're completely clearing your mind, which is a very difficult thing to do.
Yes, it is.
Okay? That's part of the exercise. Now listen, once we start, you're not gonna have a clear mind, but the exercise is actually trying to clear it. So when thoughts pop in your head, push it back out, okay? That's the actual exercise, just like doing a squat.
Okay.
It's difficult to do, but you gotta keep doing it, and it strengthens that part of the mind, right? So, benefits of it, there are many. But one thing that I really like, it gives me such clarity over my day. That's why I do it first thing in the morning. And then there's times where I'm feeling a little anxiety throughout the day or whatever, a lot of pressure or whatever. I'll go find myself a spot, and I give myself at least 5 minutes. So we're gonna start with 5 minutes. All you're gonna do is focus on your breathing, that's it. You don't wanna think about nothing.
Okay.
There's no deep thoughts, no philosophical shit you're trying to think of.
Okay.
This is about thinking about nothing.
It's gonna be really hard for me because I think a hole in my head.
I get it, and that's everybody. So I'm gonna set my timer. I'll walk you through it a little bit in the beginning, and then I'm gonna shut the fuck up, all right? All right, so just sit, nice and comfortable, and focus on nothing but your breathing. Your breathing is the most natural thing about you. Just breathing in air. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, at times when you feel like you can't clear your mind, one thing that helps me is I hum my breath out on the way out. So it's like a, not like those mantras and no shit like that. It's just literally, and it kind of quiets things for me. So. Okay, time. Good. How does that feel? Okay. So,
Stuff crept in.
okay, that's normal.
Yeah, like my hip flexors are on fire.
Oh yeah. So part of with meditation, when they, you know, when like yoga came about as a form of meditation, because it was about the challenging part of meditation is clearing your mind, right? And then clearing your mind and challenging positions and uncomfortable positions. That's how yoga came about. Now it's like fitness and all of that stuff, but it initially was just different forms of meditation or different levels of meditation. So that's
high.
okay, exactly. So I'm gonna tell y'all part of why I wanted to do this with Melissa is because last couple weeks, she's been having a lot of anxiety, a lot of issues, personal issues. And you know, we talked about some of it, and I can't really give advice because I don't think anybody can really tell anybody what's best for them. We all know what's best for us, but sometimes we need clarity. And I know me personally, when I'm dealing with shit, I know that nobody can give me the advice or the information that I know that I have deep down inside. But sometimes I have to clear everything out to access that information from a very calm place. Not a place of emotion, not a place of anger or happiness or any of that, from a very calm, rational mind. And meditation brings that, you know what I mean? So I hope y'all try it out. You know, I want you to start implementing this in your workouts. You know what I mean? If you want me to do it with you in the beginning, I will. But I think it's something that you should do every day.
Okay.
You owe it to yourself, y'all owe it to yourselves, at least 5 minutes a day. That's nothing. 5 minutes. You give it to everybody else. So what's wrong with giving it to yourself? And the more you do it, you're gonna start liking it and loving it. And you're gonna feel like you need to do it, you know? There's times I'm out and about with people, I'll peel off and go sit somewhere quiet, sit somewhere still for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Just to get mine in, because it gives me so much every time I do it. Cool.
I'll do that.
All right, cool.
Okay, what's up guys? I'm here with Melissa. We are going to check in her body fat.
I don't want to do this. I don't.
It's time to face the music, or in this case, the numbers. And we're gonna put her back on the in-body in a second, but to go over where she was, we were at 38.2% body fat and 158.7 pounds. So roughly the same time of day actually, where we are right now. We've made one tweak to the diet so far, so we want to see kind of where we're at. And it's a process, you know, it's a matter of incorporating the training, incorporating the nutrition, and then figuring out where and if something is difficult or not being implemented right, and then changing it to fit, because nutrition's got to fit like a glove. And so that's what we're trying to do, find the perfect plan for you. But let's see where we are right now to get better data. I'm gonna give you this.
Is it possible that I'm putting on so much like muscle mass that my weight won't have?
It's very possible because we're having you do pretty intense training. So you could be accumulating some lean muscle, and the machine will show us that.
God, please, Jesus. I'm just praying that the scale moved, like, or the percentage of visceral fat or something.
Let's see. So our weight measurement right off the bat is down about 2 pounds, 2.1 pounds to be exact. And I have Melissa's information saved in my machine. Maybe rotate this foot to the right a little bit. Perfect. Now we'll let the machine do its work. So we already got the weight measurement. We're gonna get a skeletal muscle mass measurement, a percent body fat measurement, hydration level, and visceral fat number. These are some of the key metrics we're looking at and monitoring throughout Melissa's transformation. down.
I did?
Yep, you went down.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have it right here in front of me.
Wait, where?
You're at 38.2.
Get the hell out! No way! Okay, that's awesome. I was so shook. Because if that said
She went
higher,
down.
I was gonna be like, that's it. It's
2%.
over. I'm quitting.
I'm glad to know what was on the line. All right, so her weight went down by 2.1 pounds.
That
Her muscle
sucker's
mass,
doing.
as we thought might be happening, your muscle mass is up by 1.3 pounds.
Is that good?
That's really good, yeah. To gain, it's not that easy as people think for females to gain a lot of muscle. So to gain 1.3 pounds, the training is really coming through. I would say the hard work. And then the body fat went down to 36.4%. So almost 2 entire percent down. That's dope. And the visceral fat also went down a notch.
Did it?
Yeah. So visceral fat, again, being the fat around the organs. We pay a lot of attention to the fat under our skin, called subcutaneous fat. That controls really how we look, you know, how ripped we are or whatever, but the fat around your organs is very predictive of how long you're gonna live. And so I really wanna get that number down to 10 for Melissa so that she can be in the best position to live a long, healthy
I
life.
want to get it down to like.
0, -2.
Okay, well, yeah.
No, my target for Melissa is 10 on the visceral fat. But hey, we have some really good progress here.
My target is 8
I think
before this is over.
I think our latest change that we just made, we made a small calorie reduction strategically. I think it's really having a good impact. And something that we talked about, right? The ability of little deviations over the day when we were texting back and forth.
Yeah.
Little deviations over the day, if it's like, hey, I had a few extra, bites of this and that here and there, and it's easy. When you're trying to maintain your weight, that's the type of stuff that doesn't matter, to be honest with you. Like for me being relatively satisfied with my body weight, I can have an extra bite of this or that and it won't really matter because I'm not trying to create a calorie deficit.
Right.
But if we program Melissa's calories at 1900 or 1800 calories, and that's to create a deficit, those little bites here and there in several meals erase the deficit.
I wasn't seeing that.
Yeah, and they kind of add up, and if you were forced to kind of journal them all or be faced with them all at once, you'd realize, yeah, those few bites here and there added up to the 300 to 500 calories that I needed to lose body fat each and every day, to where after the end of a week, you got meaningful progress. So keep that in mind, guys. If you have a plan, stick to it as closely as possible.
Yeah.
And if you have a couple extra bites somewhere, understand that that's got to be removed somewhere too. You know what I mean? Because maybe something comes up where you're like, oh yeah, I got to try a bite of that, but realize that you need to make a little reduction to account for that later.
I'm finding that I can't make it up in the gym.
No, and
That's the hardest part.
you'll never make it up in the gym because it's a downward spiral, effect where if you try and make up for a little bit of extra food with a longer workout, you're then going to crave more food on the back end because you're going to deplete your body. So you're going to put yourself in a system and cycle of repeated failure where you're going to feel like you failed, so you're going to overwork out, but because you overworked out, you're going to end up overeating later, and then so on and so forth, to where you actually end up usually gaining weight.
Yeah.
So I think we're dialed in now. I think we have some good progress ahead of us. I'm actually going to make a preemptive adjustment because once I feel like the iron's hot, I'm going to strike. So
Do it.
I'm going to make a little adjustment extra
I feel stronger.
and get Melissa's body fat coming down even faster now.
Okay.
Time for the workout.
Yeah.